Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay, please. This will be a group energy healing that I'm doing for 120 people in 13 countries this time. So I'll be sure to read all the geeky stats on where everybody is. So I will be healing the 120 people, but then you can watch, if you're one of the 120 people that paid 2 months ago to get the healing, then you could heal yourself as you watch, or you don't even have to watch, or you could just watch and not heal yourself because I'm healing you. And then everyone else who just wants to watch and didn't get the healing from me, is not being healed by me, you can heal yourself if you want, because it'll be a walkthrough. I'll say out loud what I'm doing as I do it. Basically, this live stream is, there's a discussion overview of the theme and some of what we'll be doing, and then we have 2 minutes of quiet, and then the rest is the healing, and then there's a little short Q&A at the end, but not like our standard ask me whatever you want type thing. I'm doing that on Sunday as a separate live stream. At the end, it'll just be, let me know how the healing was for you. If there was something I specifically said in the healing that you have a follow-up question on, or that didn't quite make sense, that kind of thing. Oh, right. Oh, good. I'm getting my confirmations. Thank you so much. Good morning. We can see and hear you. Good morning. Can see you. Hi, Janet. Hi from Chicago. Can see and hear you. Someone gives me a cloud emoji from Chicago. It's cloudy here too. Like for the next 6 months. But that's okay. I use that sunlight lamp quite a bit. Light therapy lamp. They're pretty cheap. You can get them on Amazon, and they you just have them so they're like shining on the side of your face and the corner of your eyes, as you work during the day, and they trick your brain in really delightful ways, as if you have been all day in the sun. It's amazing. If anyone wants a link to, you can just look on Amazon yourself, but if you want a link to one, you could let me know. But living where I live with all the cloudiness, 3 seasons of cloudiness, it's a nice boost. Okay, more we can see and hear you. Good. So people are watching so far from the US. But the geeky stats I have right here. This is a more internationally weighted crowd that I'm healing this time, which I like. I think that's fun. So of the 120 people in 13 countries, there are 11 kids ages 1 through 16, which always makes me feel good about the world, that there are actually parents that would get their child an energy healing. That's just amazing. And that there are kids that actually get to experience that as a kid. Even if they don't know they're getting the healing, it's still really amazing. But anyway, okay, so 87 of those people are in the US, 7 are in Qatar, 5 are in the UK, 4 are in Canada, 3 are in Ukraine, 3 in Australia, 2 in United Arab Emirates, 2 in Spain, 2 in Luxembourg, 2 in South Korea, 1 each in Japan, India, and Germany. So hello to all the people that I'll be healing. I'm happy to be able to work with you. For most of you, it's to be happy to work with you again. I have, let's see how many people I have that of the 120 that I'm healing for the very first time. 2 people that I'm healing for the very first time. 1 person, it's the second time I'm healing him. Oh no, that's not true. 5 people I'm healing for the first time. So I don't know if that's of interest to you to know that kind of thing. A lot of people, they do all the healings, and a lot of them, they even have an auto pay subscription, so they don't have to buy before it sells out. They just are, there's an automatic payment that happens, so they buy all the healings, the 2 sets of healings each month. There's a set of 3 healings, and then there's a set of 2 healings. But then there are people, roughly 30 people each time these days, that I call them manual purchase people, that they just buy maybe a healing here and there, or they buy them very frequently, but they don't want to commit to a subscription, so they just buy manually on the 15th of each month at a set time when they go up for sale on my website. Oh, and the details of all that is on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. Okay, oh, I got a location. Someone says hi from Michigan. Hello. That's always nice. So far we know Chicago and Michigan for sure. You don't have to post where you are, but I always like that. So the theme today, this healing, I mean, you know, of course it's typical. The healings help so many things. I mean, because for example, if you are, you know, a lot of these healings, I'm repairing all chakras. So, you know, all your major chakras. And so your major chakras are responsible for everything you do. So if we're repairing and unblocking all of them, well, then that could improve anything you do. You know, so I can't really, you know, there's no way of saying that exactly in the theme, you know, because that's a you know, for every healing, I try to have a lot of sort of foundational stuff that helps you overall, because the more present you are, the more everything works better. But then there is maybe a third of the healing that is just focused on like techniques that are chosen because they're going to help the theme. But even those techniques can also help, you know, half a dozen other things. So go take the theme. I mean, you can take the theme seriously, but it's not only that. So like when you look at the list of healings coming up in 2022, which is on my website, janetwrightreadings.com, it'll show all the themes, and that is cool. But I mean, just know that there's so much more to all the themes. There's so much more that is helped. So for example, the theme for this set of 3 healings that I'm starting today, so the December triplet group energy healing set, triplet set of 3 healings, is today, Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday. The theme is lighten up, clear repression and oppression. And so I know we're going to be using, I know we're going to be doing at least 2 different things technique-wise, so I'll overview that. But like I said, then there'll be a lot of foundational stuff too that's going to help everything. Like, we'll definitely unblock all the chakras. We may repair them all as well, but we'll see about that. I know we're going to be doing, yeah, okay, that's another technique I know we're going to do. Okay, so we're definitely doing deep thought technique, which is a technique to heal your mind, your conscious and your subconscious mind, and help you receive more of your eternal healing energy and wisdom from like past lives that you've learned, and that's from your 8th chakra. So that's called deep thought technique, and I have a whole bunch of playlists. I have a playlist, deep thought playlist, which I'll link below later, of deep thought videos. So deep thought to help with sleep, deep thought to for non-resistance, deep thought for abundance, you know, all sorts of different cool videos focused on using deep thought in a specific way. it's one of those versatile techniques where you can use it for all sorts of different themes. So, of course, we're going to use it for lightening up, clearing repression and oppression. And another thing I know we're going to be doing is flower healing. I should write all this down, right? So I make sure we actually do it. Sometimes I have notes prepared ahead of time, but not today. There will later be a detailed healing summary in the comment section, which is why I have to take notes myself while I work to make sure that detailed healing summary is nice and accurate and thorough for you, because there'll be timestamp links there too within a day. So you'll be able to jump to different parts that you want to repeat, or you want to skip something so you jump ahead, whatever. So anyway, we'll be doing deep thought technique, which heals the mind in like big ways. Flower healing, which is very nourishing, which is weird. I mean, obviously you know you need nourishing if you feel kind of tired or worn out or dispirited, but it helps even you to clear more too. So even if you just feel blocked, like if you clear and then nourish and clear and nourish, you can do more. So it's just good. When in doubt, do flower healing. I have a flower healing playlist too. I should make sure I link all these things. Link the deep thought playlist, and then the flower healing playlist. I do have a playlist tab on my YouTube channel where you can look up different playlists, but there are like 500 million playlists that I have. Deep thought, flower healing, and oh yeah, there's a new thing. That we're gonna do today, which is one of those healthy and gentle things. So we're gonna have 3 healings to do it, and then I'll encourage people, if they want, like the people I'm healing, that they could keep working on it in their sleep with their angels. So on a subconscious basis, so there's plenty of time to do it. You don't have to do it all at once. You do a healthy and gentle amount each time, considering what you have to do today, and your responsibilities, how much time you have to kind of chill out, if any. Because if you have no time to chill out and just have some tea and do nothing, then that reduces the amount of change that's in your healthy and gentle amount that you can do today, which is fine. But anyway, so this new technique is we're going to heal, repair, restore, however you want to say it, the 7th to 8th chakra connection. I had not known it before consciously, but I mean, your 8th chakra is you have an 8th chakra. You have 7 major chakras. Those fit in come in your physical body. Like your 7 major chakras of your astral body are along your spine. And then you have 7 major chakras of your physical body that are also along your spine. So the 7 astral body chakras are along the spine of your astral body, which is just energy, right? So you have a version of you that's just energy, and then you have your physical body's energy system too, right? And so when you get fully present, the 7 astral body chakras fit into the 7 physical body chakras if you're fully present, which is why we work over time to unblock and repair and heal and all that, so that more and more and more you're fully present in all your chakras, because that way you're as capable as possible, both like sort of psychically with intuition and your ability to see energy, etc., but also just normal everyday like stress management, ability to have grace under pressure, that kind of thing. But anyway, so those are the 7 major chakras. But then your 8th chakra, if like this is the top of your aura, your 8th chakra looks like a big gold sun. And it's at least, it can be closer to the top of your aura, like maybe 1 or 2 feet above the top of your aura, but it might be 3 feet or further out. And it comes in closer and then goes out further, depending on, how checked in you are to what you're doing at the time. So if you're doing something that is like just really deeply meaningful for you, your 8th chakra comes closer. And if you're just kind of chilling out and whatever, your 8th chakra moves a little further out, but it's not a bad thing. So it looks like a gold sun and it shines down gold. Healing energy, eternal healing energy, eternal wisdom that you've gotten from past lives. And it's very mellowing, and it makes you make smart decisions that, and like not sweat the small stuff. So that's your 8th chakra and the 8th chakra energy. So we've done a lot of unblocking in the aura and above the top of the aura so that 8th chakra energy comes down better and is received more fully by your aura layers and your chakras. And we'll do that today too. So that's sort of like special unblocking. So the 8th chakra energy just shines down and is received better. There's less distortion. There's less of it that's blocked, so that you receive as much as you need of your 8th chakra energy. But there's also what I didn't realize until the angels finally were like, hello. I didn't realize it consciously, is that there's a gold cord from your 7th chakra to your 8th chakra as well. And it can be frayed or damaged. So it's like a river of energy, but it looks like a cord, or a connection, whatever you want to call it. But it can have like bites taken out of it, or like a big part of it just sort of missing, so that it's more sort of thread-like than like a big river. And so that's your 8th to 7th or 7th to 8th connection, right? And it's gold, but it tends to be more frayed and thinner the less mentally stable somebody is. The more sort of they feel like their entire life is upside down, everything goes wrong all the time, and they're really at their wit's end. That 7th, 8th connection is pretty thin and not very effective. So that's why we're going to heal it, because you can't, clear oppression and rah, I'm free, I can do anything, if, you're hanging by a thread, so to speak. That you need that 8th chakra nourishing, strengthening, wise energy to remind you of your strength, and help you to restore yourself. So that's part of why we're going to do that in this set. It's part of why the angels made sure I remembered consciously that little tidbit, which isn't so little, for this set. But again, it's tempting to just zip, 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 repair everything you see damaged in it, so you have 100% flow. But I would suggest, unless you want to feel like you're walking on the ceiling for the next few hours, I would suggest that you just use your intuition, because you may not have the kind of day that can afford just, eating a lot of protein and watching Netflix for the rest of the day, or it may be something that you need to do over 3 sessions, or 1 session consciously and 2 sessions with your angels in your sleep, and then you check back, make sure it's all done. But we will do it in each of the 3 healings of the set. So the 120 people I'm healing, they're obviously going to receive the healing, in the next 5 days, 3 times, today, and then 2 days, and then 2 days. So that'll be some nice pacing. And then, like I said, I'll be encouraging people on a subconscious level, if they choose to, they can, take another baby step with it, with their angels, so that flow in the 7th, 8th connection gets stronger and stronger, and more full and more full and more full. So that, and how is that different from just the gold sun just shining down and impacting all the aura layers and everything? It's like more potent and kind of awakening. It's like just a very, very concentrated form of the kind of unblocking work and receiving the 8th chakra energy that we've been doing already. But it is much more potent. But one is not a substitute for the other. Like, I think both is better. Letting the 8th, unblocking so you receive as much of the 8th chakra energy in your aura layers and all your chakras, and then that 7th, 8th connection, just making that as strong as possible over time, and as flowing as possible and repaired as possible. Yeah, someone says new understanding of saying hanging by a thread. Yeah, I think that's one of those very psychic expressions that, yeah, I think that's the thread that they're referring to when they say, I feel like I'm hanging by a thread. And I heal a big variety of participants, and there are some people that, they themselves would say, or their loved ones would say, are less stable. And there's no shame in that, it just has to do with what you've been through and how far you've come so far in your healing process. But you tend to be able to see that in that 7th, 8th connection, that people that are less stable these days, their connection is more frayed, more, it doesn't really get blocked. It just seems like it just gets sort of eaten away. That, like if it's like a river or a big rope, and it'll just have chunks taken out of it, or, just be very thread-like. So in the case where it's super thread-like, I mean, obviously I'll be healing it very gently, but, if you feel like, oh, that's totally me, I don't have a lot of stability, you can just ask your angels to repair it for you, because they're obviously going to know how to do it in a pacing kind of baby step way, so that it's a very gentle and safe experience for you. So you don't have to, because if you don't have to do it yourself. You can just ask your angels to do it. But I will be doing it for everybody as well in these 3 healings, to the extent that's healthy and gentle to repair each time. So that's that. Deep thought healing also works that ability to receive 8th chakra wisdom. It also works the connection between the conscious and the subconscious mind. And so it's especially useful for the clearing repression, but oppression as well. It just, deep thought technique helps with when you're affected by things, but you're not really, you may be aware of them, but sometimes you're really not aware of them, because it's like a past life bit of baggage that you have. And so you can kind of visualize it if you're doing the deep thought healing technique, and just take it right out. So it's pretty cool. So that's sort of the highlights of the theme related stuff. Flower healing, I'll just think up different flower healing that we need to help clear oppression and repression. Repression and oppression, what's the difference? I mean, maybe it would feel the same to somebody if they're repressed or if they're oppressed. But I mean, oppression, it can be very similar. It's sort of like there's a big overlap. So I'm not going to really spend a lot of time splitting hairs between one and the other. But I mean, repression, people think of like being emotionally repressed, sexually repressed. People tend to think of it in a context of it's sort of blocking your self-expression, blocking your spontaneity, your sense of adventure, your ability to take action. If you're repressed, being oppressed, I would say it's just maybe more, maybe it's like a level of degree. If you're oppressed, it might be like you just feel completely flat. There's no, you're just totally screwed if you're oppressed. But it can be for the same like origin. Like, someone could have put a lot of energy in your space because they didn't want you to do something, they didn't want you to express yourself, they didn't want you to change in a certain way, they didn't want you to do a certain thing. And so, you know, it can be from other people's energy in your space. But the thing is, you know, it could have been somebody's energy in your space like from lifetimes ago. And then after that, you just sort of repress yourself because you're keeping the burdens, you know, when you bring them forward for each lifetime. So I think how people think of it is they think of repression, you're doing it to yourself. Oppression, someone maybe just did it to you. But potato, potato, you know, either way you need to clear stuff and nourish so that you're more liberated and empowered and free. So I hope that makes sense. Oh, from Ottawa, Canada. I'm so glad you were healing me today. I've had a rough week and my own healings aren't working. Yeah, you have aura damage that didn't get repaired. And your 7th chakra's damaged too. So yeah, that's no fun. Sometimes, you know, we'll do it today. I try to do it more because if you're advanced, you can see that your aura has like this flatness to it, or, you know, it's like caved in rather than like a nice big round bubble everywhere. But if you're not advanced, you can't see yet, so you don't know, you know. But if you feel like crap, chances are your aura repair is not working, but and or some chakras are damaged, or both, usually. But anyway, if you clean off the surface, the outer surface of your aura as you repair, so more gold light, and then you use sticky gold wax to clean off the junk, more gold light to repair, more sticky gold wax to clean off the junk, it's more likely that it will fully repair if you just keep doing sticky gold wax to clean off the junk and then repair, sticky gold wax to clear off the junk and then repair, you know, and then it'll finish and complete. More hello from Ottawa, Canada. Love flower healing. I recorded your video and I can take it with me on the go. Love it. Oh, maybe an audio of it? Hi, Janet. I'm so excited to receive the healing from you today. Very curious how it's going to feel to be healed by someone else and not myself. Yes. Yeah, that is neat. When someone gets it for the first time. Good morning. I was just thinking to myself this morning, is there a Janet video soon? Because I need to follow one. Yay. Yeah. So the triplet sets, they start on the first Friday of each month. And that's the set of 3 healings, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday. And then the twin set, it's a set of 2 healings, and that starts on the 3rd Sunday of each month. And then, of course, the calendar of healings is on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. Same, I did not get very far on my own healing today. Yeah, you also have aura damage. No chakra damage for you, though. For some reason, I was having trouble getting my left hand to empty gold light. Yeah, I mean, you've had aura damage for a few days. I mean, today's Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, even a little on Monday. So the longer your aura is damaged, you know, it's like a big hole in your aura. And so energy is leaking out and it attracts invasive spirits. And so just stuff goes wonky, you know. So when in doubt, if you feel really weird, aura repair, grounding, aura repair, grounding. Because your grounding is pretty thin too. It's like only as wide as your hips, not as wide as your whole aura. So that's gonna sort of be destabilizing too. I love your red glasses. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes I'm not. They feel a little bit much, but today they feel just right. Who knew? Alrighty. So good. So I think this is enough discussion for sure, at least for me. I usually end up doing a lot of discussion. So if I say it's enough, it's really, really enough. So now let's have the 2 minutes of quiet time, and halfway through that, I will start the healing quietly, and you'll see me go like this, and that's how you know I'm healing. And then, you know, after roughly 2 minutes of quiet time, I'll start talking out loud, and the rest of it's a walkthrough, and I tell you out loud what I'm doing. so that if you want, you could heal yourself. The fundamental stuff that we'll do is certainly aura repair, certainly grounding, unblocking, but we'll see about all the rest. Probably chakra repair as well. But anyway. Okay, so thank you for your patience during the quiet time, 2-minute quiet time. Oh, sorry, I'm going to interrupt the quiet time for one thing. Just to mention another technique that we're definitely going to do, and we're definitely going to do it. It may become as standard as grounding unblocking. We'll see, but unmatched global pain. That is new-ish. It was introduced, first time I did it in group healings was last month, just for the twin set. So if you only tune in for triplets, you may not know about it yet. But unmatched global pain, it's easy to do and cool. And it helps a lot with energy safety. Like, it drives invasive beings away from you in a really cool way. Even if it didn't do that, it feels good. It helps you lighten up. So it's very appropriate for this set. But I think it may just be standard, and I'll just do it for all sets. But we'll see. But I'll certainly do it for a while. But anyway, so unmatched global pain we're definitely doing. Okay, now more quiet time. All right, thank you for waiting. So when you heal yourself, go ahead and make a copy of whatever you're healing, whatever part of you you're healing out in front of you. So, you know, bubble for your aura, your body, your physical body's in there, your astral body's in your astral body aura. You have technically have two regular auras that you can start healing first. Your astral body aura generated by your astral body and your astral body chakras, and then your physical body aura generated by your physical body's major chakras along your physical body spine. But if you're fully present, the auras match up and they're exactly in the same place. If you're kind of half awake, then, you know, maybe you can kind of see that one aura is here and one aura is here because you're not quite in yet. But anyway, you can just imagine them both at once and heal them both at once. Comb through them with gold light generated by your hand chakra in the palm of each hand and your fingertip chakras in your fingertips. Set these chakras, they have round openings, set the chakras to gold, metallic gold vibration like this glitter. With your intention, you don't have to be able to see energy. Just set your fingertip chakras and your hand chakras to metallic gold color so that they generate gold light. And then you use that as a healing energy to melt blocked energy, to repair your energy, to help you to let go of things, help you to move out of resistance. So let's start with grounding. So go ahead and recreate your grounding, make it nice and wide as your whole aura. So that's probably, if your aura is as wide as, you know, if you unrepress yourself and just let your aura be its natural size, it can be as wide as like maybe the heel of the palm of your hand. So make a grounding that wide and make your grounding go as high up as your third chakra. Your third chakra is right below your sternum bone. So this is your sternum bone. Where that ends, that's your third chakra. So bring up your grounding that high. Make your grounding red or orange or yellow. And you can test the three colors really quickly if you want. Like make a big red grounding, see how that feels, see how it's releasing. Make a big orange grounding, see how that feels, see how that's releasing. Make a big yellow grounding, see how that feels, see how that is releasing. Because you're grounding, the point of it, I mean, it's to help you receive earth energy, which is very comforting. It makes you feel safe and it's just stabilizing. But then it helps you let go, release energy that's not yours, down to the center of the earth where it's cleaned off and returned to wherever it goes, wherever it needs to be. So anyway, just pick red or orange or yellow, whichever you like right now. Make a big grounding. Wide, that wide, all the way even behind you and in front of you. Red or orange or yellow because those colors are very approachable, less triggering for your lower chakras. Chakras 3, 2, and 1. So that's why it's nice to have your grounding one of those colors to help you be more present. And maybe your grounding isn't expanding, so then if it's still really narrow, you can just run a lot of gold light through it. You're imagining a copy out in front of you of your grounding, right? And you just run gold light through it, and then it kind of expands. Like you have a bunch of curtains that are, you know, caught up together, and then they just release, so then everything falls down properly, and your grounding is nice and wide. Otherwise, just destroy whatever grounding you have and make a brand new one. But if you're healing someone else, you shouldn't destroy in their space, you know, something of theirs. So you just would heal it until it kind of pops out. Or you just telepathically suggest to the person or consciously suggest to the person, you can recreate your grounding. And with grounding, you can get a lot of things that kind of clog up your grounding, a lot of energy blocks. So just imagine some of those energy blocks and Surround them in the gold light and just let them melt away. And you can have one part of your grounding that flows very well, but another part is more blocked. Like this one woman I'm healing for the first time today, the back of her grounding is blocked up, and that's been more often than not the case for, the last 2 decades. So that's pretty typical, so just some people, they just have a super skinny grounding all the time, but then some other people, they may have like a halfway wide grounding, but it's just blocked in the back all the time. So now we're gonna have a super wide grounding, and we're gonna unblock the back of it. And it doesn't really matter if those blocks have been there for 2 decades or 2 days or 2 hours or 20 minutes. You can still melt them pretty much the same way, just gold light. Maybe it takes, 30 seconds longer if it's been there for 3 decades, But it's a pretty simple process. You just have to imagine, what's there that's been there for a long time, and then just melt it away. Part of how all this stuff can stay here for this long is because you just get used to it that way. You may not like it that way, but you just get used to it, and you don't really realize that you're compromising or you're repressed or you're oppressed. You don't know, because this is just how it's always felt, right? So that's why you have to use your imagination and kind of hunt for things. So in your grounding, hunt for energy blocks that are repressing you or oppressing you. That are contributing to your repression or oppression. And just imagine them like a big pile of rocks. And these are ones that are healthy and gentle to clear right now. And just surround them in gold light and melt them away. And if you feel like, oh my gosh, they're not melting, Janet, you can wrap them in gold light and give them to your angels. Just say, angels, here you go. That's another option. If you're healing yourself, you can also just blow them up. That's kind of fun. But again, if you're healing someone else, I would say that blowing up stuff in their space is not, it's too pushy. So what are we doing? We're looking in your grounding, and looking for energy blocks that contribute to your repression and your oppression. And/or just imagine it as a bunch of rocks, and then just melt them away. Take your time, use gold light. All right, so that's grounding, unblocking, and also a little bit of theme-related unblocking of your grounding as well. So indie grounding is an extra step with grounding that can really help you with boundaries with other people, and that is important. If you want to create change, it's really hard to do that when your energy is so bonded to so many other people's energy. So indie grounding is a big part of how you get your individuality, so that then you can change more easily. So you just imagine your grounding as it goes all the way down to the core of the earth, and you use gold light and you kind of feel around it with your hands and your intuition, and you sense, are there any branch off parts where your grounding branches off into other people's grounding, vice versa, their grounding branches into yours. And just use gold light, gold fire, gold water, and just melt away those branch off parts. And you may need to explain to people as you're doing that. Say you may have a sister who keeps thinking that you guys should be bonded at the grounding. So you just explain, like with your mind, in a sort of a neutral, maybe encouraging way. go ask your angels to help you with grounding. You know, go check your body, go take a deep breath. Go check your own grounding. It'll help you have a good day. All right, so that's indie grounding. And it's good even if you have young kids, that they have their own separate grounding and you have your grounding. Because when the groundings are bonded together, they don't work as well. Like then your junk can clog up their grounding and their junk can clog up your grounding. So that's not helping. That can be part of how family members drive each other nuts, is if their groundings are linked. All right, so that was indie grounding, right? Let's do aura repair. And as I mentioned with a few examples in the discussion part that we already had, it is possible that your aura repair, you know, you're doing it well for a while, and then all of a sudden you're not, and you don't realize that. You're still doing aura repair, but it's not working, and nothing feels good anymore to you, and you're just like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm doing the same healing steps as before. In that case, often you're missing something major. Either the whole back half of your grounding is blocked, and or there's a big hole in your aura that you're not actually repairing, even though you're going through the motions. Or maybe you've forgotten about chakra repair and a couple of your chakras got bashed while your aura was so damaged. Or your creative rings are damaged. Usually something's ripped up or broken. If you know you're having that where like, I don't know, these healings aren't working anymore, what's wrong with me? So okay, aura repair. We'll do the 2 regular auras first. So that was just a little chit chat of how important aura repair is and how sometimes it stops working because you're not cleaning off the surface enough as you work, and so you get junk built up in the rip, and then the gold light doesn't penetrate properly. So the rip maybe half heals, but not fully heals. And then it keeps getting worse every day. So anyway, so this is the doing aura repair part now. And we'll do it for the 2 regular auras. Probably a very quick, I wonder if I'm going to skip Wei Qi auras. We'll see. Wei Qi auras are 15 extra auras, but let's just do the 2 regular auras now. Astral and physical body auras. And so you imagine the 2 auras out in front of you and you look for rips or imagine rips. So if the whole top of your aura is flat or the back upper part of your aura is flat, that's a clue because it's supposed to be round like a big beach ball. Right? Round, 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 all the way around. So if it seems like the whole top half is chopped off, aha! You know, or if it seems like it's round except for this big valley, you know, carved out in the upper back, aha! You know, that's aura damage. So anyway, you can imagine that and heal it and repair it, each rip, because maybe it's just one giant gaping rip in the back. But if you can't see, then, you know, that may not be the best plan if you can't see energy yet. So you make a composite copy that represents all the rips in these 2 regular auras of yours that you need to repair right now. So you're imagining just one rip, and it represents all the rips in those 2 regular auras, and so you repair all of them at once by using this composite copy. Okay, so just imagine like one big valley that represents all the rips in your 2 regular auras, and then let's clean it out with sticky gold wax first. So sticky gold wax is gold light that hardens and sticks to all the junk that's not you. So then once you get the sticky gold wax really deep in there, then you lift out the junk plus the wax all at once in a big chunk and say, angels, here you go. Okay, and then just do some repair work with lots of gold light. Get it in as deep as you can in that composite copy rip. And then let's again do some sticky gold wax to clean out this rip just in case. So sticky gold wax, smear it all over, get it as deep as possible. And we're cleaning out any junk that's not you from this rip. And then just get rid of all of it at once, the junk and the wax. Angels, here you go. And then do more repair. And, you know, some people, they've been doing my work long enough, they could be seeing their energy better than they are. I think they're in their own way. They're not thinking like, they don't even try to imagine, you know, rips in their aura or something. They just are like, well, I can't see, you know? So I would encourage you to acknowledge that you have a 6th chakra, just like I have a 6th chakra. And it's not like I have like the deluxe version and you have the junky bad version. You know, your 6th chakra is fully capable of vision. And if you're in enough chakras, you know, then, and you're grounded and you're present enough, then your chakra is capable of accurate vision as well. So it's sort of like a use it or lose it kind of an idea where, or use it so that it develops quicker, more quickly. So I would say try to imagine, you know, try to imagine your aura, try to imagine your grounding all the time. I mean, don't, you know, hurt yourself over it, but just always, you rather than saying, oh, well, I can't see, you know, like I know some healers, they're like really very skilled and they don't seem to see their energy at all, which is really silly. I mean, there's no version of human being that is just not able to see. I mean, especially if you're able to be fully present and be a skilled healer. Like you can see, just unblock it, keep unblocking it, 6th layer, 6th chakra. But part of it is get out of your own way. You know, just actually try. Actually, you know, just look as you're healing. See what you can see. You know, at first you'll really doubt what you're seeing. But again, the more you use it, the faster it develops. If you need feedback on what you're seeing, post under a video. Okay? Don't sort of shut the door on potential because from what I've seen, the most capable healers also are readers. You know, you see what you're doing, and that way you can see solutions that are much more efficient than if you just heal the same way all the time for everybody. So anyway, okay, long story short, we're finishing up aura repair. But as you're working this aura repair and healing this composite copy rip, like look at it, imagine it. Is it repairing? Is it, you know, and you might say, well, all I see is black. That's okay, but you know, maybe you see a little outline in the black. You know, if you don't, you don't, but at least try, you know, and imagine. Okay, so once then it's fully healed, so it's no longer like a big, you know, valley. It's just like more rounded. Then you might have scarring left over that's sort of bumpy and hard at the surface. So just imagine all the aura scarring that's at the edge of either of your regular auras, and just put all that scarring in one lump out in front of you and melt away your aura scarring. And again, if you've never healed yourself before, you probably have a lot of aura scarring. So it's okay. It's healthy and gentle to heal it all, to melt it all away. It just takes, you know, maybe an extra 30 seconds if you've never done it before to get it all, or an extra minute. Do you want all the parts of your energy system to be very flowy, 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 not like crunch, 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 hard and crunchy? Because if it's hard and crunchy, it's less strong. I gotta fix my camera focus. There we go. Okay, so that was aura repair of the 2 regular auras and melting away aura scarring. So now we'll do melting away aura bruising, which is a hardness again, but more, it can be in the 7th layer, but it's also in any of the inner layers of those 2 regular auras. which have 7 layers each, like layers of an onion, you know. First layer is right around your body, all around. Second layer is 1 out from that. Third layer, fourth layer, fifth layer, sixth layer, seventh layer, right? So just comb through all those layers at once. And lots of gold light. And you want to melt away aura bruising. Aura bruising is just left over from people throwing energy. And maybe it didn't rip your aura at the time, but maybe the impact of it caused some bruising in several layers of your aura at once. So generally, if you, well, it's just nice to check if you have aura bruising anywhere in your aura and melt it away. Usually if you see aura bruising, it'll be a couple layers. It might be like, you know, aura bruising right here in layers 1, 2, 3. Or bruising right here, or bruising right here in layers 7, 6, 5. You know, it's just 2 examples. Anyway, so we are melting or bruising, which is going to be like maybe, like say, one of the people I'm healing for the first time, I'm healing her daughter and her mom, and her daughter has a lot of aura bruising in the back of her aura, in all her aura layers. Which you think, well, oh, she's so young, you know, why would she have aura bruising? You know, kids are just as sensitive as adults to energy, sometimes more so. So things can impact a kid just like an adult. Because you might think, you know, well, you know, your kids don't have to have a job, they don't have to pay bills, so their life is so cushy, right? They don't need a healing. But it's not true. I mean, they could have energy thrown at them from a teacher or from a family member or, you know, whatever. Or they could just have heaviness and burdens from past lives. Although the bruising is probably from this life, when you have bruising. All right, so that's good enough for aura bruising. It's something that you can do whenever you want, of course. So let's do sticky gold wax. Just to get rid of hard energy objects that could be stuck in the edge of your auras or even deeper in your auras. Some people throw spears. They don't just blast you with energy. If they're subconsciously pissed, they also throw like little hard objects. Very, very bad karma. They're totally screwing themselves like 20 times over. But they do it anyway because they're not in a very smart headspace. So it happens. You may have somebody that, you know, like people tend to have patterns, you know, like somebody that's throwing energy at you may just do blasts of energy, whereas somebody else may tend towards, you know, the blast of energy with little hard objects, you know, thrown. And so, you know, you can kind of learn somebody's tendencies if they're throwing energy at you. But anyway, so sticky gold wax, just use that around the outer surface of both your regular auras and have it stick to any hard objects that are stuck there. And also use it inside all your aura layers, so it can stick to anything that you want to get rid of. Hard energy objects, energy blocks, invasive spirits, you know, whatever, anything that's not you. People's energy, other people's energy. So just sticky gold wax inside all your chakras, both your astral body, your physical body, just the, you know, your intestines, all sorts of cool stuff. Just sticky gold wax the whole thing, and your grounding too. Sticky gold wax your grounding. So again, the idea is the wax is going to stick to whatever's not you, especially hard objects, hard energy objects. And just move the wax and the objects to the side. So you still have a copy of you, but you're moving the wax and the junk to the side, and you give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Deep breath, just relax. You can redo your grounding. You might want a different color of grounding. I mean, you might not, but you could. So that was sticky gold wax. Let's do that one more time. Sticky gold wax around the outside surface of outer surface of your 2 regular auras, and then inside the regular auras, inside your physical body, your astral body, inside your grounding, around the outer surface of your grounding. And have it stick to anything that's not you, especially hard objects, and move that all to the side and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. That all that you're moving to the side is the sticky wax plus the junk that's not you, that you're ready to release. So we did repair, we did melting scarring, we did melting away aura bruising, and then we just did sticky gold wax for the 2 regular auras. So now we'll just do a little bit extra repair around the edges of those 2 regular auras, just in case you did have hard objects. When you remove them, they leave little holes where they had been stuck in there. So just a little extra repair. The outer surface of your 2 regular auras. And then gold light throughout your 2 regular auras and your grounding, again, just to wash out and fill in anywhere that is needing more energy. So with that little extra bit of repair, now you have an energy seal for both your 2 regular auras. So that just adds a little extra flowy strength, like a surface tension cohesion, kind of a good thing for the edges of your 2 regular auras. And again, double check the back of your grounding. And just melt away. Just imagine some blocks there and melt them away. And the core, the center part of your grounding too, that's another common place that it'll block up. So like directly below your hips. All right. So yeah, we're going to skip Wei Qi aura repair. Wei Qi auras are 15 extra auras that help with strong boundaries. I do have a lot of different videos and healings that do Wei Qi aura repair. So right now we could just say, angels, please help me repair my Wei Qi auras. Or angels, please repair my Wei Qi auras. And then we can let your angels work on that while we're doing what we have to do. So we just ask the angels. And you definitely want to say, angels, please repair my Wei Qi auras, versus, anything out there, because there are spirits that are not benevolent, not altruistic, but angels are. You have angels even if you didn't know you have them. So when you say angels, that's good enough. They hear you, and that'll be fine. Okay, so that's enough for your aura repair. So let's do unmatched global pain. Just because I think that's just going to simplify a lot. And so I want to kind of put that in earlier because it'll make the stuff after it easier. So a quick explanation of what it is. It's just you're unblocking energy blocks that are within your own space that happen to be, we're going to intuit which ones that you have within your own space that are just like in vibration energy blocks that most other people on the planet have as well. And so that would be global pain or global energy blocks, energy blocks that are a certain vibration and location that most everybody has on the planet. And so because of that, they're heavier. It's like it puts you in like a pain radio station, you know, that you're listening to, because you have these same energy blocks that so many other people have. It doesn't mean that you got them in the same way that they got them, but because you have, you know, they're the same vibration in the same location, it's like you're all sort of hearing each other's pain and potentially feeling each other's pain and being weighed down by each other's pain. And, you know, that doesn't help anybody. So unmatching that is really nice. And it's important for safety reasons that you only clear your pain. You don't try to heal the whole planet and clear everybody's blocks, because there are very large invasive spirits that watch, you know, what's happening. And I mean, angels watch too, but there are, like I said, there are beings that are very much not angels and can be very invasive and very aggressive. And so if you heal more than one person simultaneously, that makes you a group healer. And they notice group healers, these large, extra invasive, extra aggressive spirits, and they attack group healers pretty consistently all the time. And so to be a group healer, it would be something that you would, you know, you'd be a full-time pro that has done it for so many lives that at some point you're just ready, and your angels know you're ready, and you know you're ready, and you're ready to deal with that kind of energy violence every day, you know? So just as a regular person doing energy healing on yourself, you know, that's why I would caution you to be aware and just heal your own energy, unblock your own energy blocks, because that's completely safe. Even these global pain energy blocks, you're only clearing your copy. And so it's super, super safe. And it just takes you off that pain radio station that everybody else is on. And it's very liberating, and it can inspire others as well. So you're indirectly helping a lot of people, but in a super safe way, by unmatching global pain within your own space. So that's the intro about what it is. So now let's just do it. All right, so it's kind of fun. You can improvise and find different places where you have some, you know, energy blocks that everyone else happens to have as well. So yeah, that's fun. Since we're doing clear repression and clear oppression, 7th chakra is a big one for, you know, identity and empowerment. And so let's find some energy blocks around it or in the 7th chakra that are global pain energy blocks. Like they're energy blocks that just everyone else happens to have very similar ones as well. So I'm looking at a stack of about 6 in the top of the 7th chakra that the people I'm healing have, and then everybody on the planet has. So you could just sense some energy blocks in the top of your 7th chakra that are like that as well. That they're energy blocks that you have, but they're very similar to what everyone on the planet has. And then just imagine only your energy blocks and melt away only your energy blocks. So you imagine the energy blocks, they're just like hard, flat pieces of energy. And take your time and just use the gold light and let them melt away. And you can say, angels, help me do this, if they didn't melt away. Again, your intention is you're melting away your energy blocks, only your energy blocks. Okay. So let's do some 7th chakra energy blocks that are wrapped around. A chakra shape is an open cylinder. So there's the cylinder part, and then there's the round opening at the top and the bottom for the 7th chakra. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the round opening is in the front and the back, but it's the same thing. It's an open cylinder, right? So, but 7th chakra is in the head, in the top of the head. So maybe, you know, this might be a more appropriate size to demo it. It's like in there. It's still, this is too big. But Anyway, just make a copy of your 7th chakra out in front of you that looks like an open cylinder. And so there can be energy blocks wrapped around the cylinder part. So just imagine some of those that you have that are just like what everyone else on the planet has too. And just imagine yours only and melt yours. All right, and if you need help melting those, just say, angels, can you help me clear those? Oh, that's fun. Okay, so you can also have energy blocks above the top of your aura. So like, say for Akudal, this would be the top of her aura. So then up here is above the top of her aura, right? So you can have like a stack of energy blocks up there too. And that gets in the way of your 8th chakra energy, so we don't want that, right? We want that good 8th chakra wisdom to be able to come down without being blocked or distorted by energy blocks. Right? So just imagine the top of your aura and then just above it, and just look, are there any energy blocks stacked up there? And first you can just melt whatever energy blocks you notice up there. So it can look like maybe a stack of 6 black books all together, and you just melt them with gold light. Or it can look like just a stack of like 1 book and then 1 book and 1 book, and just melt them away. Okay, so still above the top of your aura. Now let's look for global energy blocks. So energy blocks that are exactly like what most other people on the planet have as well. And then just melt away your version of that. And just take a deep breath, wiggle your toes, stay here. Okay, and then again, the top of your aura, and then above that, so global energy, just look for global pain energy blocks. So they're just energy blocks that you have that are exactly like in vibration to what most people on the planet have. So just imagine a bunch of those. And then melt your copy only of those energy blocks. So imagine your energy blocks, just melt yours. All right. So repression, I say it funny like that, repression. A lot of times people think of emotional repression or sexual repression. So emotions and sexuality are the 2nd chakra, the one right below the belly button, about an inch or 2, depending on how tall you are, how long your torso is. But you can imagine your 2nd chakra out in front of you, just a copy of it, like open cylinder, round opening in the front, energy goes in the front, spins around, and goes out the back, right? So you could imagine a copy of your 2nd chakra in front of you, make it nice and big so you can imagine and unblock it nicely. Lots of gold light. Orange is a nice color for your second chakra, so you can set it to your favorite shade of orange. And just imagine some energy blocks right in front of or right behind the round openings, and just melt those away. And then your second layer of your aura is the one almost closest to your skin, but one out from that, right? And so your second chakra, the energy comes out the back and it fills up your whole second layer. Okay, so if you just set your second chakra to orange, that means that the energy coming out that you're generating is that color orange. So then you can check and imagine or see your second layer. And I don't want any of you guys to just be like, well, I can't see, and just not even try, right? Because that's silly. You have a sixth chakra. It's functional. Just practice. You can do it. It just takes time and practice. But so just run gold light through your second layer of your aura. You don't need a doll to do it. And just imagine what of that is already the orange color, because the likelihood is that that's your flowing orange emotional strength and sexual wellness energy and sensuality energy. But there could be a lot of like tightness, or there could be white energy or black energy, which neither of those is going to be what you want. There could be other colors too, that maybe it's like, you know, your brother's sitting there like trying to scold you about something, or, you know, or, you know, your ex is sitting there, you know, complaining about his life. So just wash everybody out of your second layer of your aura. Just, you can use gold sandstorm. That tends to be a little more assertive than just gold light. So gold sandstorm is when the gold light leaves your chakras, you spin it around like bits of sand, you know, gold sandstorm. And so just spin around the gold light and clean out everybody. So, you know, your second layer is not some kind of a community meeting place. That's not it. There are community meeting places on the astral. Your angels can pick some that are really safe for you, so that you can hang out with other people and talk and, you know, chill. But the inside of your aura is not, that's not what it's meant to be. So, but people can get very confused about that and try to have, you know, hang out in your aura layers. So just clean them out. Gold light through your second layer. Clean out everybody from your second layer. Even if you have kids, even if you have a wonderful partner, just clean them out. They don't belong here. This is your space only for you. Just remind them, hey, go check out your aura. Ask your angels for help with your aura. It's going to help you have a good day. All right, so that's your second layer of your aura. We just used gold sandstorm to clear it out, right? So then, just taking notes so that later in the healing, in the summary, in the comment section, there'll be a summary of all this. So let's find some global pain energy blocks in your second chakra and or second layer. Let's do the back of your second layer, because usually if you're really trying not to deal with something, you shoved it in the back of your aura, right? So that's the stuff that basically you're being the least smart about, because you're like, okay, this block is so unpleasant, I'm going to save it for the next 20 years in the back of my aura rather than clear it in 5 seconds right now. So we want to be like, you know, if you're female, if you're, you know, consider yourself female in this life, you want to be like your smarter, wiser big sister, you know, or your smarter, wiser big brother, right? And just help to undo some of these less than smart behaviors that you've been subconsciously engaging in, right? Save yourself from yourself. So imagine the back of your second layer, so back here, right? And then just find some energy blocks that not only are they unpleasant to you, but they're very, 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 very similar to energy blocks that most people on the planet have as well. Okay, because those are the ones that are the most weighing you down. And just imagine a bunch of those. And so they'll just be like hard, flat chunks of energy in your back of your second layer. So these are ones that are very similar to what most people on the planet have. And just imagine your energy blocks, not theirs, and melt yours. And this is unmatching global pain, specifically in the back of your second layer of your aura. So just take your time. Just remind yourself, hey, this is not a big deal. Angels help me do this. It's a bigger deal to carry it around for another decade than it is to take 1 minute and melt it all away. You can melt away energy cords that are going into it. That'll help it melt faster. So you can just kind of do a little stretching or wiggle your toes or something once you're done with that. Massage yourself a little. Just stay in your physical body. Doing work like this, it gets you more in your physical body. So sometimes then you'll feel tension that you've had all along, but you'll feel it more because all of a sudden, clunk, now you're way more in your body. So sometimes people that don't understand that will be like, oh my gosh, your technique made me so sore. And it's like, no, not really. You have just chronically, tight shoulders, and now you're feeling it much more than you used to. But, that's not really bad, because once you're present, you're able to clear more blocked energy that is creating the tension and the soreness. So anyway, long story short, be good to yourself, give yourself a hug. All right, so we'll do that again. Unmatched global pain in the back of the second layer. So back of your second layer, find some energy blocks that you have that are just like what everyone else on the planet, most everyone else on the planet has, and then just melt your copies, your version, your energy blocks in the back of your second layer. And again, you can melt away everybody's cords going into these blocks. That could make the process more fast. That could make them melt faster. Wah, wah, wah. So stay here, feel your toes, wiggle your toes around, maybe do some ankle rotations. Right. So why are we doing this? Because we want to clear repression. Another way that you could be repressed is heart chakra, right? Heart chakra, joy, enthusiasm, motivation. So you could be oppressed and repressed there, and just not take action on some things that you could totally do, but you're just not doing it. So let's look at slash sense slash imagine the back of your fourth layer of your aura. So your fourth chakra, center of chest, right? Energy goes out the back and fills up your whole fourth layer. And the ideal color for your fourth chakra, I would say, is a green. And so just imagine your fourth chakra and set it to your favorite shade of green, or whatever shade of green you want. And then just imagine a copy of your fourth chakra out in front of you, heal it with gold light, unblock it. And just first general unblocking, you know, melt away some energy blocks that are wrapped around the cylinder part of your 4th chakra. And energy blocks that are blocking the front round opening or the back round opening, just imagine some of those. And again, you can spin around your copy if you want. And imagine more of those, because the chakra will unrepress more and more blocks as you clear more. So that may be just confusing for a newbie, because they'll think, well, I know I melted some blocks, but then now I see new ones. Or is that the same ones that I didn't really melt? And you didn't really melt some. It's just your chakra spits out more and more blocked energy the more you clear. So then it's like you clear the whole backlog, well, more and more of the backlog of energy. Because when you think about it, you know, all your past lives, there's so much times when, you know, maybe you just didn't take the time to fully process something and clear everything. So anyway, melt more energy blocks around the round openings of your 4th chakra. Again, this is technically, it's both 4th chakras that we want to work. So your astral body 4th chakra and your physical body 4th chakra. Just imagine them both in the same place and just melt away blocks around the round openings. Okay, and then your 4th chakra generates your 4th layer of your aura, right? So that shade of green that you chose for your 4th chakra, you set your 4th chakra that shade of green. So that's the shade of green of energy that is flowing out of your 4th chakra and filling up your 4th layer. So as you sense your 4th layer all the way around, just sense what parts of it are all that flowing green and what parts of it are just like hard compressed black or hard, you know, white energy or, you know, silver or somebody else's color, you know, just clean all that out. Just lots of gold light, gold sandstorm, clean everybody out of your 4th layer of your aura. And again, this is a very common place that people will be like, oh no, we can just hang out here. No, you can't. That's the irony of it. The more blocked your 4th chakra and your 4th layer gets, you can actually feel lonely. And the irony is sometimes people feel lonely when there's just like a bunch of people hogging up their 4th layer, because then they don't feel that comforted, it's all going to work out kind of energy. They feel lonely, but they feel lonely because there's too many people in their space. Which makes no sense, but that's the way it is. So anyway, gold light or gold sandstorm, clear out your 4th layer of your aura. And if you feel you need to explain that to people on the way out, just be like, hey, go check your own 4th layer. Go check out your own aura. Ask your angels to heal your aura. Ask your angels to heal your aura. It's going to make your life a lot better. It's going to make your day better. And that's much more effective than saying, get out of my space. Because when you say something like that, you're just triggering people, and they're already triggered, which is why they're invasive and in your space. So that just makes it worse. So try to take the high road and just, you know, encourage people to leave your space. You know, like, hey, go check out your aura. Ask your angels to heal your aura. That way they're going to go and do that, but it's totally good karma that you helped them, but it also helps you. So what are we doing? We're using gold sandstorm to get people out of your 4th layer of your aura. Okay, so now think of the back of your 4th layer. Think of the energy blocks that are contributing to your repression or oppression, and they are just like energy blocks that most other people on the planet have as well. So the same vibration. So they're in the back of your 4th layer. They're repression and oppression blocks, and they're global pain blocks. They're just like what everyone else has, most everyone else has. And just melt your energy blocks. Don't touch anybody else's. Just imagine yours that are just like everyone else's repression and oppression blocks in the back of their 4th layer, and just melt yours. So it could look like a stack of like 6 books all smushed up next to each other, or a stack of 6 magazines kind of glued together, or you know, it doesn't have to be 6, but, you know, just imagine these energy blocks in the back of your 4th layer that contribute to your repression and oppression and their global pain energy blocks. And just melt them away. Melt the cords going into them and melt the blocks. And if they're not melting yet, just say, angels, help me do that. I'm going to fix my camera focus again. There we go. All right. And then let's do some where we're not really thinking about the location. Because with stacking and clearing, you can just bring energy blocks to the front and not worry about where they were. Like bring copies of your energy blocks into the front. Not worry about where they were. So let's do that. It's called stacking and clearing, where you just stack energy blocks out in the front of you. So we'll do repression and oppression energy blocks that are also global pain energy blocks. So it's like locking you. It's not only contributing to your repression and oppression, but it's like locking you to everybody else's repression and oppression. Let's clear those. So just imagine, and we're going to ask the angels to double check them so you know you're not doing too much right now before we clear. So don't worry. So just dump out in front of you, you know, in piles or stacks or whatever you want, your repression and oppression energy blocks. I mean, you could make 2 piles if you want. Just repression and oppression energy blocks, all the ones you have, and then the ones that are just like what everyone else has, you could like put those in a special pile. So the ones that are just like what everyone else has, and then the ones that it's just uniquely you. And you say, angels, can you check my piles? So your angels will check to make sure it's not too much to clear right now. So these are repression and oppression energy blocks. Some of them are global pain blocks that everyone else has too, and some of them are just uniquely ways in which you and only you are repressed or oppressed. And then now you can go ahead, if you're just doing it for yourself, you can just blow up the energy blocks. If you're healing somebody else, melt them with gold light or hand them to your angels. But again, you're only healing your energy blocks or melting them away. And if you still have any from either pile, just say, angels, can you please help me clear that? And go ahead and give yourself a healthy beverage moment if you do have a healthy beverage to have. Or just stretch, wiggle around a little. These are big shifts. You want to be nice to your body and make sure you just kind of reconnect and comfort your body. Okay. So that was a little bit of unmatched global pain plus 4th chakra and 2nd chakra and first we did 2nd chakra, 2nd layer, and then 4th chakra, 4th layer, extra unblocking of those. And then we did just general stacking and clearing, so we didn't have to worry about location of any repression and oppression energy blocks, and then also the repression, oppression energy blocks that were also global. And we had the angels double check the piles. Key, make sure you're not doing too much at once. We could also do the 7th layer more and unblock that a little more, but the 7th layers are looking pretty nice. I think just because all that aura repair process that we did was very intensive on that outermost part of the layer. So, and plus we're kind of tight on time since I started late. So I don't think we need to. Now, we're not going to do chakra repair, but in case you need it, just say, angels, can you help me repair my chakras? Or I'm going to let my angels help me repair my chakras. Okay, cool. So now, let's do that 7th to 8th chakra connection. Oh my gosh. There's so much more that we could do. It's just so funny. Fortunately, it's a set of 3 healings. I don't think we're going to do deep thought healing today. The 7th to 8th chakra connection thing, though, is a really big deal. Hopefully, we'll find time for some deep thought healing in the 2nd or the 3rd healing of this set. But that 7th to 8th chakra connection, that's better to do now, because then I want to do it again and again, just so that each time is, only what's healthy and gentle. Okay, so like I said in the intro, if you skip the intro, there is a lot that I talked about with the 8th chakra and that whole thing. So I would say don't skip it if you want more information. But okay, so your 7th chakra is in your head, in the top of your head. I have a chakra handout, like a 2-page. It's very visual and pretty with colors and stuff. It's a free email handout. You can just email me and say, can you send me your free 2-page chakra handout? And that's fine. My email is janet@janetwrightreadings.com. But anyway, your 7th chakra, the abilities which are listed in that handout would be, confidence, identity, inspiration, autonomy, empowerment, that kind of thing in your 7th chakra. Goals. And your 8th chakra, which is way above, like if this is the top of your aura, it's maybe, the closest it would ever be maybe is like a foot above the top of your aura, but it could be, 10 feet above the top of your aura sometimes too. Just comes and goes, closer or further away. So it looks like a gold sun, and it is part of you, a part of you that just doesn't get really, it doesn't come in and directly deal with the minutia of every day. It's more just big picture, all that you've learned in all your lives. So, so far. So, but there is, I didn't realize this before, but the angels taught it to me. There's a gold cord or connection or like river of your energy going between your 7th chakra and your 8th chakra. Technically, it's your astral body 7th chakra and your 8th chakra, but you don't really have to know that. You don't have to think about, okay, is it your physical or your astral? I just know that I have some people that are very detail oriented that are going to want to know that, so I'm mentioning it. But it's not necessary to, because there's just one, and so you just prepare that one connection. It's not like you have one between your 8th chakra and your physical 7th and your 8th chakra and your astral 7th. It's just between your 8th chakra and your astral 7th chakra, which is in the top of your astral body head. But when you're physically present, fully present, it's in the top of your physical head because your astral body chakra fits in there, right? So you just imagine like an open cylinder, round opening, cylinder part, round opening. That's your 7th chakra. in the top of your head, right? Purple is an ideal color for that. So imagine your 7th chakra, set it to your favorite shade of purple. Give it a little healing, unblocking. You can even move the energy blocks to the side and give them to the angels. Angels, here you go. Move the energy blocks from your 7th chakra to the side, give them to your angels. And again, you can heal astral and physical 7th. Move the energy blocks to the side, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. And I guess for simplicity's sake now, let's just imagine your astral body 7th chakra only. And just give it a nice little healing. Now energy goes up from there into your whole 7th layer of your aura, all the way around you. But you don't really have to think about that right now. And it goes up and all through the 7th layer, and then it goes from the bottom all the way through the 7th chakra, and then up again to the 7th layer at the top. So it's like a purple fountain, right? But anyway, just think about the chakra itself, 7th chakra, and in the back, at what you might call 12 o'clock, like if it were a clock, and the back top of your 7th chakra of your astral body, there is a gold flowing connection between your 7th chakra and your 8th chakra way up above. So you're just imagining a copy that is, smaller in size. So you're imagining your 8th chakra and your 7th chakra, a couple inches from each other because it's a copy, and just heal that connection. So you can sort of expand the connection itself. So it's like a river, and just see if there's like sort of bites taken out of the river, or if it's an overly skinny river. And just your intention is you're only healing and repairing what's healthy to do right now, healthy and gentle to do right now. But if you notice anything that's kind of scooped out, that's a clue. You can do sticky gold wax even, and just surround the whole thing with sticky gold wax, and make it healthy and gentle sticky gold wax. So you're only going to remove what's healthy and gentle to remove right now, and then just get rid of the wax. Angels, here you go. So again, sticky gold wax, your 7th to 8th chakra connection, healthy and gentle sticky gold wax, and then you can split the wax and give the wax and the junk to your angels. Angels, here you go. Right, that sticky gold wax, it sticks to whatever is not you, that doesn't belong there, that is healthy and gentle to clear right now. And usually that makes the repair process go better, be more efficient. But again, you may be only wanting to repair like 1/3 of the damage that you see right now. Or what you could do is just only see and imagine the healthy and gentle amount. So like maybe eaten out sort of just repair that connection to the extent that's healthy and gentle, considering what you got to do today, what your life is like. Just whatever baby step is good for you to do right now. Repairing your connection between your 8th chakra and your 7th chakra, so that energy can go back and forth. That is yours. All right. So, I think what we're going to do is, I already said we're not doing deep thought today, deep thought technique today. We'll do a tricolor soak now and some flower healing. And then we're done for today. Because, you just because I can think of 10 million things to do doesn't mean that's a good idea to do it all today. I'm slowly learning that. All right. So tricolor soak could not be easier. People even do the video with their kids as like the first meditation video they've ever done in their little lives. It's like a 5-minute video, tricolor earth energy soak, tri-color. But anyway, so you imagine a big red grounding for yourself, and use it like a big red straw that sucks up red earth energy all the way up, and it's nice and wide as your aura, and you bring up the red earth energy through your red grounding and soak your whole aura in red earth energy. So both your regular auras, even your Wei Qi auras, you can soak them in red earth energy, your body, your astral body, everything. Soak your butt in the red earth energy and just allow it to be soothing and centering and help you release. And this is just an earth energy soak. And then bring that down, the red earth energy, down to the level of normal grounding. And then change your grounding color to be orange, any shade of orange that you want. And use that grounding like a big orange straw and bring up orange earth energy all the way up, 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 up. And so you're soaking in orange earth energy all the way up to the top of your aura. And it could be both auras and then both regular auras and then all your 15 Wei Qi auras. Soak them all in the orange earth energy. And just let it help you release and center and feel comforted and safe. And bring that orange earth energy down to the level of your 3rd chakra, which I would say is the normal level of grounding. And then change your grounding to your favorite shade of yellow. And use it like a big yellow straw to bring up lots of yellow earth energy all the way up from the core of the earth, up, 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 and soak everything, all your Wei Qi auras, your regular auras, your body, your astral body, everything, your aura layers in the back, in the front, the sides, in yellow earth energy. Deep breath. Again, release repression, release oppression. You can lighten up, right? You could even say something like that to yourself. I can lighten up. It's time for me to lighten up. I can lighten up. And you could leave that up if you want as an earth energy soak. You could leave it up all day. You could change it to one of the, red or orange if you prefer those colors, or you can bring it back down to be the level of your normal grounding, and again change it to red or orange or yellow, whichever of those colors you prefer. Okay, so that's a tricolor soak. And then some flower healing before we wrap up. So flower healing for repression and oppression. So just make yourself lots of energy healing flowers, and they'll be rainbow colors or gold or all the above. And just set it to whatever vibration that you need to lighten up and release repression and oppression energy, so that you're more free, more empowered. And just say, angels, can you double check my flowers? And then go ahead and give those to yourself. Let's make some more. Okay, so energy healing flowers that you need to help you be empowered and less repressed, less oppressed. Make a whole bunch of energy healing flowers and say, angels, can you check my flowers? And then go ahead and give them to yourself. And let them go wherever they need to go. Sometimes why you might keep repression and oppression energy is you're stuck in fear. So let's make some courage flowers for you. Courage and safety flowers, so that you feel more and more courageous and more safe. Okay, so courage and safety flowers, courage, safety, and empowerment. Let's throw that in. Great, so just lots and lots of courage and safety flowers that you make out of universal healing energy for yourself. Whatever vibrations that you need for courage, safety, and empowerment. You say, angels, can you double check my flowers? And then give them to yourself. Let's do that again. Courage, safety, and empowerment flowers. Go ahead and make a whole bunch. And say, angels, can you double check my flowers? And then give them to yourself. Okay, and then we're just gonna clear stubborn triggered energy blocks that could be in the front of your space. I abbreviate that STEB, stubborn triggered energy blocks, STEBs. So stubborn triggered energy blocks are in the front of your space. They could be in the top of your 7th layer too, but they're generally somewhere here in front of the chakras. And so just imagine a big lump of whatever's stubborn and triggered in the front of your aura, maybe because of what I was talking about today, or just something that happened to you yesterday or whatever. So stubborn triggered energy blocks, just imagine them all in a big lump, and then melt away everybody's cords going into your stubborn triggered energy blocks. Bring up red earth energy, melt away the cords with gold light, and you can blow them up if you're healing yourself, or you can wrap them in gold light and hand them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Or you can just melt them away with the gold light. Again, these are stubborn triggered energy blocks, and we want to get them, we want to really get rid of them. All right, so redo your grounding, red or orange or yellow. Just say, angels, can you give me a healing, please? And I didn't say out loud, so let's redo your gold buffer zones. And there's a reference video on gold buffer zones if you search Janet Wright gold buffer zones. And I'll also link it below so you can learn about what those are and how to make them if you want. All right. So the healing is done. Yay! All right. So I'm going to set the timer, and I will be reading comments and responding to what people say for a half hour, and that's it. After that, if your comment was not responded to and you would like it to be, just post it under any video at any time, and I will get to it when I can. And of course, there is a Q&A in 2 days on Sunday. After the healing live stream, I'll take a break, and then I'll do a separate Q&A where you can ask one question. It'll be open topic, so it can be a question about anything. But right now, if you wish, please just comment about how you're feeling. How was this healing for you? Please give context on if I healed you and you healed yourself, or just I healed you and you cleaned your house at the same time, or you just healed yourself and I didn't heal you because you're not one of the people that paid 2 months ago. All right, cool. So let's see. Someone says, hi, Janet, so happy to join. I get lots of pretty emojis from everybody. Thank you. Someone says, oh, I did say before they were in Michigan. Good evening, Janet. So some people are checking in from Europe. Someone says Sweden in particular. Thank you so much. That's always fun to know. Someone says they're watching from Oregon, which is the state just south of me in the US. The Ottawa, Canada comment I did read already. Yes, I read both of the Ottawa, Canada comments already. Yeah, I read the other comments. Someone getting the healing for the first time. Yes, I read all these. Hanging by a thread. Yes, I read that at the start. Someone says, yes, I read that already. Comment about my red glasses. The whole VARC tech, I have no idea what that is. I'm assuming that's a spammer. No idea. Someone says, fascinating bit about feeling lonely if 4th layer is full of other people. Yeah, talk about irony. Yeah, if you're lonely, if you feel lonely, your 4th chakra and 4th layer are blocked. And they're going to be blocked with other people's energy. So it's completely like the probably one of the biggest ironies possible. That's always a rough emotion to grapple with, especially when trying to be positive. Yeah, well, sure. And the 4th chakra is what is supposed to help you be positive. So it's not an accident that when you feel lonely, you can't feel positive, because the same chakra is supposed to help you with both, which is your 4th chakra in the center of your chest and your 4th layer, your aura. Yeah, so yeah, there's always a big payoff of healing and unblocking your fourth layer and fourth chakra. Someone says, thanks, Janet, for the healing. I have to hop off, meaning not watch the live stream. How did my mom and husband and daughter do with the healing? Yes, because they got the healing as well, and you're reminding me of their names. And some cute emojis. Very cute. I think I'm gonna ban this person who keeps saying these weird coded words of some sort. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. So you're saying, how did your family do? That got healings as well. And they all do well. I mean, your mom, I know she's received the fewest healings of all of them so far, but she's really with it now. She gets it. Flower healing she particularly liked. Tricolor soak she particularly liked. 7th, 8th chakra connection was a little like confusing, she said, but she did it fine. That's very newbie to be like, this is confusing, but then they do it great. So yeah, they all did fine. Let's see. Someone says, I'm a little unclear on where the 8th chakra is. Yeah, it's above you. It's above your 7 chakras. It's like, if here's the top of your aura, basically yours is 2 feet above the top of your aura right now. It's a big gold sun. So, I don't know how much more. I hope that clears up the confusion. If it doesn't, you can post under a video at any time about it. Someone says, so this connection does not encompass the entire 7th chakra, it's just at the back. Yeah, you wouldn't need a connection to just overtake the whole chakra. This is not necessary. Cords generally aren't like that. They'll, like, if someone cords you, it's usually actually a pair of cords that goes into, like, say, the sides, you know, the around the around the outside, like at 3 and 9 o'clock or 12 and 6 o'clock. So it's usually, if someone cords you, it's actually, if you see in a really detailed way, it's usually a pair of 2 cords going into very specific parts of the chakra, around the chakra opening. Shush, shush, shush. Quiet. We got a talker. Yeah, so it's at the top back. You know, that the top round opening, just at the back, the top back. Someone says, thanks, Janet. Feeling lighter. Oh, and you got the healing. Good, good, good. Top of head feels much more spacious. Interesting. What would the angels like me to work on? This. Yeah, they're like, just do today's healing. Yeah. I don't want to give a big read for everybody. You know, it's just, this is a quick wrap up chit chat about the healing type moment. So this says, thank you, Janet. You're welcome. Someone says, thanks, Janet. I feel better, calmer, lighter. Phew. Can you elaborate on gold sandstorming people? Is it bad karma? Anything you do with gold light is not bad karma. I don't think it's possible to like whack someone with gold light, you know? It's like gold light is just, you know, it's a very supportive, restorative energy. So gold sandstorming someone out of your space just is like whoop, and all of a sudden they're out. It just helps you. It just helps them get out. It just helps you get them out. It's actually good karma to clear someone out of your space, because then it's easier for them to have a better day. Like, say if they have like 20% of their energy hogging up the back of your aura, that's 20% of their energy that they don't have. So then there's probably more blocks in the back of their aura. So once they pop out of your aura because you gold sandstormed them out, then all of a sudden they're back in their aura, and they may realize like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm 10 minutes late for my meeting, or, oh, I have time to do this project, or, oh, you know, I haven't eaten yet, you know, like it's going to wake them up in a good way, to give them back some of their own energy. Even if, you know, you had to kind of facilitate the thing, it's good for them that you clear them out of your space. And because it's bad karma that for them that they're weighing you down. And so you're kind of saving them from themselves, you know, by not letting them oppress you. So I hope that makes sense. So yeah, it would be the opposite of bad karma. It would be good karma to wash people out of your space. Whether it's through gold sandstorm or gold fire, gold water. It's just, the reason when you do different forms is just because sometimes it sort of brings forth a more assertive part of you. Like some people, like I had this one woman, and she'd been a mom, and being a mom was like really very like kind of core to her persona, and cleaning and house cleaning was very core to her persona. So she really liked gold soap and gold bubbles, gold soap bubbles, and gold, you know, so she was like soaping everything out of her space with gold soap, you know. So it's just how your brain works, you know, whatever you kind of vibe with more is what works better. Someone says, I feel nice. You got the healing. I did feel a bit scattered and triggered throughout the healing, but clearing stebs helped. Yeah, stubborn triggered energy blocks, which we did right at the end. Love the unmatching global pain so much. It really helps. Thanks, Janet. Yeah. Good. Thanks to know. Good to know the feedback about unmatching global pain and the stebs. Sounds like we should have done the stebs at the start of the healing too, and not just at the end. Someone says, can you see what's going on with my head? I feel foggy and tired in my head. I healed myself. Yes, you did. You have a little bit still of aura damage right at the top. It's layer 7 and 6. It's like you repaired a lot of aura damage that you had in the back, which is nice, but there's still like kind of a deep little, you know, bunch of ripped up part, like right in the top, right there, set layer 7 and 6, like it's like all. So you just do sticky gold wax, you know, make a copy of your aura, sticky gold wax, clean out the junk, repair more, and also your creative rings are smashed. Your chakras are repaired, but your creative rings are damaged. So those are 3 gold rings above the astral body head. So I do have a video that I think it's just got unblocking, and maybe it just talks momentarily about repair, but it's the same process. Lots of gold light around the rings helps them grow back together. So it's a 5-minute video. If you search Janet Wright unblock creative rings, you know, search YouTube, Janet Wright unblock creative rings. Or if you don't feel like doing a video, you can just say, angels, can you please repair my creative rings? Because they're right above your 7th chakra, so they affect the functioning of the chakras in your head, and they affect how like foggy you feel or clear-headed. But also fixing your aura damage is a big deal too for that. Someone says, you healed me. Thank you for the healing. I feel centered and clear. Oh, good to know. Thank you. And how is the other person in your family that I healed? How is she feeling? Someone says, thank you. So it says, can you let me know if I missed anything? You healed yourself. Been having trouble with invasive beings lately. Yeah, so do more of that unmatched global pain stuff. Unmatched global pain stuff just drives beings out of your space, like in droves. Like it's delightful. So yeah, we did a lot of unmatched global pain stuff in the last 2 healings before this one, the November twin set healings. So you could do the unmatched global pain in this one over again, you know, and the timestamp links will be there within a day. But you can just go back to the other 2 healings too, because each time I just pick different locations and we unmatch global pain in a slightly different way. But yeah, the more you do it, the more just invasive beings just run out of your space. You do still have some aura damage, like in the mohawk area. Like if you had mohawk hair, you know, like mohawk hair would be like right here. That's where your aura damage is. It goes through layers 7, 6, and 5. Izzy, shush. So it's like this valley that you still have there. It's not as deep as you used to have, but it's still, so use sticky gold X to clean it out and use gold light to repair it. Seeing a black cord in my field, but I think it's just Doin' Ren channel blogs. I killed myself. So Doin' Ren channel, just for people that don't know, I generally call those GV and Cv Meridians. So GV is the one that goes up the back and around the head, and Cv Meridian is the one that goes up the midline of the front. They're major and really easy to heal traditional Chinese medicine meridians. A black cord in your field, yeah, I don't know. I don't think your Cv and GV meridians look like just black cords, so I think that could just be an invasive being playing distracting games with you by showing you an image of something that's confusing that then you're going to wonder about forever. So you can just say, angels, if there are any beings that are distracting me when I'm trying to meditate, can you please recycle them? That's nice. So just ask your angels to recycle any beings that are distracting you with silly images. But yeah, redo your aura repair a little bit. And the inner two layers of your aura are very tight and compressed. So that video, get present in second and first chakras. If you search Janet Wright, get present in second and first chakras. But you can just search Janet Wright, get present, the number 2 space, the number 1, and that'll pull it up. So that focuses on decompressing your second and first layers and your second and first chakras, so that you can be more present. But yeah, I mean, you did the healing. Just redo your aura repair more, and then keep doing the do more of that unmatched global pain stuff, so that you don't have a problem with. Yeah, so you said right after that, you said unmatch. It's not unlatch, unmatch. Global pain was so incredible. Really, some nasty beings attached there. LOL. Yeah. So you figured it out. It helps with safety because for some reason it strengthens people so much, and they lighten up so much that the beings just leave your space after you do it enough. Someone says, thanks very much for the healing. How did my brother Tim do? Yes, he got the healing. Did he? I think you got him the twin set and not this one. But you can check my confirmation email that I would have sent you. But I believe you got him the twin set and not this one. Because he's not on my list. Yeah, I think you got him the other one. Maybe you meant to get him this one initially, but this one sold out so fast, so you got him the twin set. That'll happen later this month. Okay, someone says, my inner child is super grateful for the healing. Oh, I feel like I've been massaged. It's so relaxing. Thank you. How did we do today? You guys rocked it. I looked at both your mom and your daughter specifically in different parts of the healing just to make sure you guys were rocking it. Your daughter was the one that had so much aura bruising in the whole back half of her aura. So she's like floating now. She's present, but she's like, it feels like she's floating because she got rid of all that heaviness. So that's super cute. Your mom, I modeled some of the flower healing after her, like the flowers for courage. I modeled after her because she was explaining to me that the reason that she's hung on to this oppression and repression energy is because she's afraid to let it go. And so she was part of the inspiration for the flowers that we did, the energy healing flowers. But they all did it. I mean, you did it too, of course. I think for all of you, that 7th, 8th chakra connection one, that new technique is probably the biggest. Well, that and unmatched global pain, though, is really huge for all 3 of you, too. And we'll be repeating both of those things in each of the next 2 healings in the set. Unmatched global pain and the healing, repairing the 7th, 8th chakra connection. So, but yeah, you guys all did it. If someone is getting the healing for the first time, I sort of have their name in bold, and I make sure that they're kind of rocking it during the healing. Because the veterans, it's like they rock every one of these healings. It's like the more healings of these you get, like the easier your spirit just rocks with it really easily. But like the first time, maybe the second time, I have to kind of watch people just to make sure they get it. Someone says, yeah, they're talking about their brother who got the twin set, not this one. We'll get the twin set. Someone says, wondering how my wife did, please share. Yeah, she was the one I talked about having grounding blocked in the back for several decades. So I kept checking with her so that she could unblock the back of her grounding, and she really did get it after a while. It's just that, it's weird, if it's been blocked for so long, but I think with her too, both of those things I think with everybody probably, the biggest two things of the healing are the unmatched global pain and the 7th, 8th chakra connection. She got it all. I mean, she just shows me like she kind of has her mouth open, like she's speechless, but in a nice way. She's smiling, but her mouth is hanging open. So be gentle with her today. If she seems stuck at some point, just, center yourself and then remind her, either out loud or just with your mind that she can ask her angels to help her unblock her grounding. Because sometimes with newbies, they're releasing so much that later the grounding can block and they don't know what to do. Anyone's grounding can block up in the next day or so, because you're releasing so much. But people that are more experienced, they'll feel that and go, aha, I better unblock my grounding. So you may have to remind her and, other people that have family members who are newbies getting the healing, just, a little telepathic reminder of like, hey, hey, Johnny, just want to remind you, your angels can help you unblock your grounding, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, on a subconscious spirit level. So it says, thank you, Janet. Good to know that if you don't have time to chill out after healing 7th to 8th connection, adjust accordingly. Yes. Yes, healthy and gentle takes into account how much time and space you have for processing. It's part of that. So yeah, if you have a busy day, healthy and gentle, then means you're doing less because you got to really be on point with everything. You don't have time to just sit there and veg out and release a ton for the next 2 hours, or take a nap or something. Anyway, how does my energy look now? I was a participant, yes. I mean, you look good. You're bringing a lot of new energy of yours. You're actually in all your chakras right now. So good for you. Someone says, thank you for the healing, Janet. You're welcome. You're welcome. It was good to work with you. Someone says, just waking up. Good morning, and thank you, Janet. See, don't these healings make good sleep? Some people tend to, because of their schedule or their, if they're a night owl or whatever, they tend to sleep through the healings. Or, because they're in a different part of the world. And generally, the healings make really good sleep. Just waking up. Good morning, and thank you, Janet. Great timing for me on this theme. LOL. All good. Someone says thanks and shows me rhinos. They're cute. Someone says felt super happy and light pre-healing last night around 5 a.m. I healed up before bed and felt even better. Yeah, usually there's a lot of angel prep that you can opt into that is, sort of preparing you and along the lines of a theme and stuff. So that must be why you felt the uplifting feelings. Feeling great now. Thanks, Janet. Oh, good. Someone says, I've been doing Unmatched Global Pain, feeling a big difference. Would like to know how I'm doing. Yeah, it's a real game changer. It is funny, though, because then you realize, like, you still have energy blocks. Just because all these beings flew out of your space doesn't mean you don't have, like, lifetimes and lifetimes of, second chakra baggage to clear. It's just that it's easier to clear because there aren't beings in the way, distracting you, playing head games, whatever. But, or, you still have like a neighbor or a former business associate or somebody who keeps throwing energy at you, that didn't change when the beings went away. But it is nice that the beings went away. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you have like hardly any invasive beings in your space right now, which is like obviously really different. So yeah, I mean, it you look very good. It looks like this healing did what it was supposed to, and that it helped lighten you up. You're still processing though. It's like kind of a big topic for you, very central. So if you feel like you just want to be good to yourself and not accomplish a lot for the rest of the day or the next day, just kind of in tune, be in tune to what you need. You know, try to be good to yourself. Keep unblocking your grounding. But you look great. Someone says, "Hi, Janet," and you're mentioning your name. Been concentrating on healing my first and second chakras to have more courage. How's it looking? Oh, good. Yeah, courage is first chakra, but if your second chakra is so blocked, then you got to heal that one too, of course. So that makes sense. Um, yeah, and you got today's healing. Yeah, your second and first chakras are, your second and first layers are especially expanded. So yeah, I can tell. Yeah, very pretty. I don't know. Do you feel better at all? Because sometimes with you can do all this amazing work, but then you still feel crappy. So I'm curious if you can feel any results from this work, but I can see the difference. I mean, of course, you just got today's healing, but if I look even, 3 hours before today's healing, your second and first layers were nicely expanded. They weren't as bright. But I think what it did though is it made you much more open to the healing experience. So then you got like twice as much out of today's healing as you normally do, just because you were working such a central thing for yourself, getting more present for before then. So now, I mean, not only your second and your first layers are even more expanded, which is good. It's a nice gentle flow and bright. Your second and first chakras are the same. So yeah, so I just hope it translates into you feeling better. But I think that seventh, eighth connection, you can keep working that to the extent it's healthy and gentle. I'm thinking that could help too, of course. But nice work. Someone says, "Awesome, thank you so much. You're welcome." Someone says, "Hi, I feel great overall." Let me do a time check too. Okay, so we're almost done with this little discussion, post-healing discussion. "Hi, I feel great overall. In the last hour or so, I've felt a little triggered by unfairness that is work-related, lack of private office space, supplies, etc. Has my brother been whacking my forehead?" No. This is a good thing to like, the way I imagine it, it may not work for you, but this is how I do it. So I'll imagine, like, if I want to see myself, I'll see, and has so and so been whacking me, or has, like, in that question, you and your brother, right? So you imagine a blob for you, and then you imagine a blob for your brother. And if he's been throwing stuff at you, then it's sort of like he looks closer and he's, hack, right? Hacking away, throwing energy, right? If he's been ignoring you or not throwing energy at you, then his blob is like kind of far away from you, looking the other direction or whatever. Or he could be looking at you and just kind of staring at you, but there's no throwing of energy, and there's more distance. So you just kind of imagine, and that's how you would answer these questions on your own for anybody listening. Am I having boundary issues with this neighbor of mine? Okay, me, the neighbor, no, the neighbor's over there doing their own thing. Okay, so the answer is no, right? So that's how you do it. And you basically, as a reader, you just practice, get more present, do a little grounding, do a little clearing first so you're more present, because that's going to make your reading skills more accurate. But anyway, okay, so no, it's not your brother. But you did have, it actually got repaired. No, you still do have some chakra damage in the back of your fourth chakra and your back of your fifth chakra, which would make sense with the inner voice distraction that's from fifth chakra, and the fact that it's sort of resentful and all that, that's damage in the back of your fourth chakra. Physical fourth in the back, physical fifth in the back. the reason they're not repaired is there's just gunk kind of stuck to the damaged parts. So do sticky gold wax in the back of physical 5 and 4 and just get rid of all the junk, and then do repair, and then do more sticky gold wax, and then do more repair, just so you can get a nice surface. Because you want the surface, the round opening, to just be like smooth. You don't want it to feel like broken glass or something. So yeah, you just need a little chakra repair. But it's not for your brother. It looks like 2 different work-related people. So you could, you know, remind them to work with their angels. Someone says, "Oh, sorry, you're right. It was the twin set." Yes, your brother is getting the healing in the latter part of the month. Healing set. Someone says, "Hello, you healed me today, and I healed your friend, but I couldn't watch today," which is okay. "How did my friend do?" Thank you. And you mentioned your name. Someone else is giving me that little spammy thing. I'm gonna kick them out too. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so how did your friend do? You know, because I think this is like his 3rd healing at least, so he's really with it now. That 7th, 8th chakra connection is huge for him. Also, unmatched global pain is huge for him. Anybody, really it's huge for anybody, but then anybody that has more profound, like, emotional disturbances or more profound stress, more profound stability issues, it's going to be even bigger of a deal. So, but yeah, he's really, it's like he got this running start in today's healing because he's been, you know, it's like after a couple group healings, people really get it. Like, that's what I said about the veterans. Like, it's like they always just jump in and rock the healing. So he's like, he's not yet at that level, but he's definitely, like, I would say at an intermediate level as far as receiving the healing. Like, he's with it every step of the way. He seems to particularly enjoy flower healing. Like, he says that it seems very magical, the flowers and how it works. So nice. Okay, cool. So thank you. Oh, and it's right on time too. Isn't that cute? All right, you guys are awesome, and I enjoyed this. I hope you did too. Oh, I forgot to ask you, but if you would, give it a thumbs up, give this live stream a thumbs up, or if you're watching later as a video, please give it a thumbs up if you want. If you feel like either it had value for you or it could have value for other people, that's a nice way to let YouTube know. And then more people can see it and heal themselves, and the world is a better place. That's a safe way to help a lot of people. All right, cool. Oh, I did miss a question, I think. Maybe he deleted his question. Because there was a question. I saw it earlier. Yeah. He said, so you must be attacked a lot and have defense strategies. Because I'm a group healer. I heal many people at one time, which is a very so that alerts a lot of very large, very aggressive beings. So it's when you're a group healer, you get attacked constantly. It's a constant, like 24/7 type idea. I mean, there are times when it's more intense than others, but it is constant. And you don't do it until you're strong enough. So yeah, it's not like a defense strategy. It's just you have to be really, really, really strong, and it becomes like your whole life is oriented towards being well and strong in order for it not to be a negative. So yeah. Yes. But the good news with energy healing is everybody can get stronger and more flowing and more present for free by doing energy healing on themselves. Yay! Okay, cool. So, like I said, this is healing 1 of 3 of this set of healings on lightening up, clearing repression and oppression. I hope you enjoyed it, and there will be 2 more to come. And on Sunday after the healing, there will be a separate Q&A live stream as well. All right, you guys are wonderful. Thank you, and congratulations for healing yourself. Okay, bye. You're amazing.